The story begins during the Great Depression in Oklahoma. Tom Joad, who just got out of jail, came home to find that his family's home has been destroyed. On his trip home, he met former Minister Jim Casey, who continued with him. A neighbor, Molly Graves, told him that Tom's family had gathered at Uncle John's house. They had to leave because the bank had repossessed their land. Tractors, which are more efficient than people, now farmed the land. Molly remained while Tom and Casey went to Uncle John's house. As they were leaving the field, aliens came and made a crop circle in the shape of a dodecagon. Tom and Reverend Casey finally arrived at Uncle John's house where the family was staying. The family had a discussion around a campfire and decided to immediately leave for California in search of a better life. The family decided that Jim Casey could go with them. They hurriedly packed the car and left on their journey. The book says that the family drove a beat-up old car, but in reality, they drove a hydrogen fuel cell-powered BMW. As the family drove to California, both Grandma and Grandpa died. The family also learned that California might not be as good as they originally had expected from the people on the road. The Joad family traveled part of the way with the Wilson family. When they got close to California, the Wilsons were abducted by the evil alien tyrant Xenu, who took them to Hawaii, where he blew them up with a hydrogen bomb in a volcano. When the Joads arrived in California, instead of finding jobs and prosperity, they found extreme poverty and temporary towns comprised of migrant workers called Hoovervilles. They stopped at one of these places. Police who wanted to burn the town for sanitary reasons got into a fight with the residents. Reverend Jim Casey was taken into police custody. The family left shortly before the Hooverville was burned. The village and all of the peasants therein got burninated by Trogdor the Burninator. The family traveled to a camp run by the government where they would be safe from police action. This camp offered toilets and other sanitary facilities. No one in the family was able to find work near this camp for any length of time. The family decided to travel north where there was work to be done picking cotton. After breaking a toilet at the camp, Tom's younger brother Winfield was eaten by the sovereign deity of the toilets, the Komodo-dragon. When the family got to the cotton fields, everyone in the family, including the pregnant Rose of Sharon, picked cotton, obtaining only a small amount of money. Late that night, Tom went out for a walk. He found Jim Casey, who had been recently released from jail. Casey told Tom about how the upper class was oppressing them and causing them to be poor and hungry. Together they conspired to turn America into the Soyuz Sovietski Socialistic Republic. A few people who did not like the migrant workers from Oklahoma found Casey and Tom that night. They killed Casey. Tom, in an act of rage, killed one of the men who murdered Casey. Tom was bruised into the fight and needed to go into hiding. It was later discovered that the entire situation was a terrible misunderstanding. One of the men that night, French football superstar Zinedine Zidane, mistook Casey for the Italian Marco Materazzi and killed him with a mighty headbutt. Because they had to hide Tom, the family could no longer pick cotton. They moved into an abandoned boxcar. Rose of Sharon's baby was stillborn. Tom's brother Al was engaged to some girl he met near the boxcars. Tom's younger sister Ruthie told someone she was fighting with that her brother killed someone. Fearing for the safety of the rest of the family, Tom left. Despite all of these terrible things, I do have some good news. Xenu just saved a bunch of money on his UFO insurance by switching to Geico.